How do you like it, Brandon? You happy?
So far so good. It's still clean.
All right. We can change that.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to No Control RC. So I got a body in front of me. This is actually the Mojave 4S body. I bought this when I picked up my Mojave, just in case, because I kind of wanted to do something. So I've had it kicking around for a couple months. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to attempt to do full scale, that cartoon looking with all the lines on it look. I've done it small scale on a couple things, and one came out not half bad. So I'm going to try see how it goes on a bigger scale. So I do got a couple markers. I actually got a whole kit I bought off Amazon. These are the non-toxic oil-based markers is what these ones are. And they seem to work on the other ones. So they're actual paint markers. So I'm going to use black, and I got silver I'm going to try as a little bit of an accent. But you can kind of see the thickness of the lines. I did a couple of dry runs on that to see what it looked like to make sure it was appropriate size for a body this size. And I think it's going to work just fine. So now, I mean, the only thing I do now is I've kind of roughly figured out the colors. I think I'm going to primarily do basically at white, and I'm going to shade in with another color that I'm not sure of yet in a few spots just to give it a little bit of a darker shadow texture in a few spots. But I'm probably just going to go white just to see what it looks like. Because I've seen some of the bodies where they've done the black lines with a couple accents and just white, and it being white really kind of made it look a lot more cartoonish. So we're going to find out. I can always put stickers or something on it. So I've already pre-washed this. She's all good to go. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to set a couple things up, and then I'm going to start. We'll go through, do some lines. Just going to wing it, really. I'm just going to accent some body lines and a few other things. And that's pretty much all I did before, is I just went with all the body lines and contours and stuff and put lines. You can throw a couple in here and there in big areas, but that's what we're going to try, see how it goes. All right, so here we go. Got my black one. I'm going to flip this body over. What I'm going to start doing, I'm just going to start on the hood. And I'm going to do some of these lines, and we'll add some accents in here and there. But primarily, I don't have a defined plan. I am going to just kind of start at point A and see where it takes me. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. I got a piece of paper, so if I got to, because these are paint, so you got to squeeze it every once in a while. So let's see. There's no good way to do this and have people see it. So, all right, where do we want to start? Let's start right here. All right, so there's line one done. I found with these it does matter on how fast you go, but just try to keep a steady hand so you don't go all over the place. All right, number two. All right, so it didn't take long to make my first mistake. You see right there, there's a pool. So remember, these are paint markers. So what I didn't pay attention when I was doing the line, I pushed down a little bit, which pushes the tip inside, and it made a bunch of paint run out. So, I mean, it is what it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to use this little popsicle stick, see if I can get as much of that off as I can to uniform the line. But at this point, I'm just going to let it do its thing and just keep on going and try not to do that again. But it is what it is. Let's just kind of keep going and outlining and doing stuff. All right, so here's the hood. I just outlined a bunch of the creases and the body lines in here. I don't know if I'm going to do in here or not yet. I'll worry about it in a minute. But you can see I got a few mistakes from my hand slipping, and it's going to happen. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you in a little bit, I'm going to let all this, give this marker time to cure and dry up. And we're going to find out if my popsicle stick trick works like when paint bleeds the same on this or not in a little bit. If not, I mean, worst case right here, I can just paint in here black and that'll hide it. But we'll figure it out. I mean, maybe we can work it in so it make it look natural. But then again, you learn, you make mistakes. It is what it is. So this is basically the outline done up. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually just going to add a handful of lines just to class it up a little bit. So you end up finding out if it looks good. I did this before like this, and I didn't super like it. But when I got color on it, it really popped a little bit more. So I'm choosing to go this direction. I've seen people do other little things, but that's what I'm going to do. And I'm actually going to come in with the silver right now and just add a couple little like in the corners. And I'll show you. Kind of like that. Is it perfect? No. But you know what? Things like this, even when you do them, sometimes they don't come out and they don't look that great. Like this doesn't really look that great. But when you get color on it, you might find that it pops a lot more. And then again, if it doesn't come out, heck, I can take vinyl, I can take stickers, we can do something to make it look a little bit better. But end of the day, it's going to be very unique, and it's going to be your own body. There'll only be one of these out there, and it's the only one that you painted. So we're committed. We're just going to keep going. All right, everybody. So here we go. 50%, 60% done. You can see I've outlined a whole bunch. I've done some fire extinguisher work, a few other things, but primarily I've just been taking my time outlining body lines, as you can see. I did do a few accents right there, but what we're going to do right now is I think it's set up enough. So that spot right there, that is all ugly looking. Here's our popsicle stick. Now, this is kind of awkward, but let me see if I can try to do it. Okay, so it still isn't perfect, but I don't know if you can see. But it definitely got it back in line a lot more. It definitely does suit you better to let it actually dry, so then you can scrape instead of it smearing. Seems to work a lot better. You still may end up with a slight little bit of a black discoloration in the area, but primarily it'll take up like 90% of what you're trying to do. Oh, come on, there we go. So it'll get up a whole bunch. Like this spot right here, for whatever reason, isn't wanting to come up. So what I think I might do is I might try to work some black lines into it just to make it look like it's supposed to be there. There's the other thing you can do. You can't fix it. Maybe you can make it look like it's supposed to be there. So, all right, let's do a couple while we got this thing rolling. Let me flip this up. So here's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Here's the basic outline. I'm just going to throw a few lines to make it look like something. So that's what I did. Again, I had the same reaction when I did my smaller one. I got this far and I kind of wanted to throw it away until I put the color on it and everything kind of started popping. So only advice I can give you if you're doing this and you're looking at it like this, like I look at this and I feel like I could have done better. Give yourself enough credit to put some color on it so you can really see what it comes through, because sometimes these things start popping and starting looking a lot more natural once you get some color on them. So, all right, everybody. So here's one of the last steps before I put the color on. Got all of everything outlined I'm going to do. I got a couple of different colors just to try to see if it pops a little bit better. It kind of is what it is. Like this is just like the last body for me. I'm looking at it and it just kind of looks like a bunch of random things all over, and you don't even know if I don't even know if I really like it. But you got to go all the way through. I'm going to do 2 different colors. So I'm actually going to do some green and shade in corners and this like that, and do a little bit back here, and then I'm going to lay some white. So it'll be like white with some kind of green shading here and there. Nothing fancy. Just something to mix it up a little bit just so it's not super all white. But that's pretty much it. So I'm going to bring it over, start putting some color on it. Painting wise, it's pretty simple, and then I'll just sticker it up. But I mean, again, it's like I said, it kind of just looks like lines all over the place right now, and you don't really see the whole how good it can come out until you get color on it. So just like last time, I'm looking at it going, but put some color on it, and then I'll probably be quite a bit happier with it, and I'm sure you guys will be too. So let me get this set up over there, and let's get some color on it. All right, so here's step one of the little bit of accent I wanted to do. And you can kind of see, so I'm doing a green pearl, then I'm just slamming the rest of it white. It's going to be really simple. But you can actually see if you add a little bit of color to it, it starts looking a lot better. So you can kind of see the end result. The parts that have color, the lines look a lot better. They look really cool. So you really just got to trust the process and just hope that everything comes out good. But yeah, lay some white on it, then we'll see what she looks like. All right, so here it is all in the end. It's all said and done, painted. You can kind of see once you get some color on it, the lines do tend to look quite a bit better. But one thing I really notice about these bodies is when you're really looking at it like this close, you don't get the whole look as to like when it's sitting on the ground and you're looking at it further away. When you're looking at these further away, the whole illusion kind of tends to work a little bit better. But like I said, perfect. No, there's spots that I kind of messed up on. I did the popsicle trick that I showed. You can see right here is where I had that big blob. That cleaned it up quite a bit. Is it perfect? No, but it's a ton better. So you can fine tune it just a little bit with things like that. That's a cool one to do. But that's pretty much it, what I got for it. Nice interpretation of it. There's a whole bunch of different techniques. You can do all sorts of different things, different size markers. These are the ones I have, and that's what I used. So I'm just using the best of what I got. But end of the day, honestly, I think it's going to look pretty cool. All I got left to do is I'm going to throw some headlight stickers on it, and that's pretty much it. Then we'll put it on my Mojave and run it around. But I bet this is going to look really killer outside, especially with this is all pearl. I just did some green pearl on it and then just white. Pretty simple actual painting. But I don't know, like I said, I really think the end result's pretty cool. Any comments you guys going to want to throw in, go ahead and do that. Let me know. Let me know what you think or what I could have done better. And hey, like always, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.
You can save it.